Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Kimmy Everman with Montana's Office on Aging is still here with us to talk about Medicare. So thanks again, Kimmy. So we talked about the different types of Medicare plans. We've talked about the SHIP program. Let's take a step back and talk about shopping for Medicare. Are there tools or sources people can go to learn more about the different plans and any help they might need?
You know, if a person wants to do it themselves, they can. If they're computer savvy, they just go to Medicare.gov, and there's a thing there called the Plan Finder. And the Plan Finder, you put in all of the information that you have about your drugs and you know where you want to go to pick them up and what plan that you think might be the best for you. And then when you push the button submit, it comes back with the top plans for you based on your individual information that you just put in. If you don't feel you can do that, which is a little bit complicated, then you call a SHIP counselor. She's going to do exactly the same thing for you, he or she. Another thing that people need to watch for is their Medicare and You handbook that's going to come. They probably already got it by now since we're in the middle of the annual enrollment, but that also has all the plans listed for our state in the back. It's a great document in terms of explaining different things and can be very helpful getting you started on that shopping trip that you need to do. But shopping is exactly what you need to do. You don't just want to sign up for the first thing you see, or even worse, not check every year. Because every year you need to check and make sure that plan is going to be good for you.
Okay, good advice. And so if someone is looking through the book or they're out on the website and they're overwhelmed, would you recommend pulling in family, just go to the SHIP counselor? What's some good ideas there?
Well, I do know that the Plan Finder site has some little tutorial films that you can watch. However, that is usually not enough for me to figure something out. And I'd say, yeah, if you have, it's usually your grandson or granddaughter that knows all about the tech stuff, pull them in and ask them to help you out. The thing about the Plan Finder and using it, or whether it's on your own or with a SHIP counselor, you have to get for sure your medications correct. And so that's important to have on maybe another pair of eyes on that. And yeah, pull in your family. It's always good to have them involved anyway, so that if you can't communicate for some reason, they know what's going on. If that's not an option, friends, of course, are great, especially friends who already have their plan and have been able to do the process themselves. And certainly, last but not least, talk to a SHIP counselor, because they're going to be happy to help you shop through. The plans are different. They have different formularies, which are just their lists of drugs that they carry. They have different premiums. They have different deductibles. In 2019, they can charge up to $415 a year for a deductible. Some do, some don't. Some give you half that. It all depends on what you want. And so it's important that the information that goes in is what is reflecting what your needs are. So any of those.
Okay, so you've talked about this a little bit already, but just to reiterate, if somebody already has a plan, why should they think about going in to choose maybe a different plan?
Well, for one thing, maybe a medication that they take on a regular basis was discontinued by the plan that they're on for 2019. Then they wouldn't be able to get it, or they would have to get it at a higher price through their plan. Or perhaps you're going to have some surgery in the very near future. Your doctor has shared with you what kind of meds you need, and they're not on your plan. If you're in the annual enrollment period and you know some of these things, that's why you're going to look every year. The other thing, which is huge, is the price goes up. You know, the price goes up on bread, milk, butter, everything. So it's going to go up on plans. The structure may have changed. Maybe in 2019 they're going to charge that whole $415 deductible. If you just let your plan roll over without looking, you're stuck with that for the next year of 2019 unless you are able to become eligible for a special enrollment period.
Let's talk a little bit more about medications. That's obviously a huge cost for folks, or can be at least. If someone is shopping around to try to get more affordable meds, what's your advice there?
Talk to your doctor, number one, and find out if you can use generic medications, because not everyone can. Some need brand, and that's going to definitely change which plan you go with and how much it's going to cost. You're going to want to, one thing, that if you're a person that's on a very, very expensive medication, and I'm going to use breast cancer as an example, so with some very high cost medications, talk to the company that makes the medication and find out if they have any kind of program that will help you get that medication at a lower price. That is a great resource, and many, many companies make that a part of their charitable giving each year. So great place to start. And again, if they say no, oh well, you just move on. But that's something that you really want to talk to that SHIP counselor about, and make sure that you know what you're getting in that plan.
If someone does go in to look into changing plans, is there a restriction they should know about? Can they just jump around to any different plans? Or
yeah, they pretty much can, unless they're a dual eligible. The dual eligibles, we like them to look at a set of plans that are called no premium plans or zero premium plans, because those are the plans that will cover their entire plan without any out-of-pocket extra. There's about every year 5 or 6 of those companies who agree to be those zero premium plans for the people that are on the low income subsidy, and they're usually Medicare, Medicaid folks.
Okay, we're about out of time, Kimmy, but last question, just really quickly, for those folks out there who think it's too overwhelming, I'm just going to stick to the plan that I have, what would you say to that person?
I would say call a SHIP counselor and just talk to them for a minute. If you don't feel like coming in, they'll do it over the phone. If you feel like it's that overwhelming for you, then get somebody else on board to help you out so that you don't end up a year's worth of a plan that's not great for you.
Perfect. Kimmy, thanks so much. Great
Absolutely.
Information. Appreciate your time. And thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you enjoyed the show and that you learned enough to make you feel a little more comfortable about navigating Medicare. See you next week. Until then, stay fit, stay well, and stay healthy for life with Healthy Living for Life.
Healthy Living for Life is brought to you by Mountain Pacific Quality Health. We'd love to hear from you. If you have suggestions for future programs, visit our website at mpqhf.org or call us at 406-443-4020. You can also catch us on YouTube by visiting our website and clicking on the YouTube icon. Special thanks to Fire Tower Coffee House and Roasters. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions.